Good morning. Welcome to Angel Love Tarot. So today we're going to do a Divine Feminine reading. So we're only going to look at Divine Feminine energy today unless Divine Masculine energy shows up. So we will do a spread for Divine Feminine. Okay. Let's see how Divine Feminine is feeling. And we already got started here. So we have the Death card and the Star card, which are both major arcana. And in the tarot, major arcana are major secrets. So these are higher energies. These are dominant energies of the reading. So I see that there is a contradiction in your heart right now. So you have the Death card where I feel like you're contemplating both the past and the future. You're thinking a lot about how things used to be. You're contemplating your decisions and you're questioning, how you feel about the person that you are today. And I feel like, you see yourself as the star, as the main character in your story, which is a good thing to be. But I also see you kind of sad and pouring your emotions out. Like you might be feeling like lonely. You feel like your dreams are so far away from where you are right now. I feel like, you don't see the bridge between who you used to be and who you're gonna be. It's like there should be a card in the middle. So this is Divine Feminine's energy. More cards for Divine Feminine. Okay. Divine Feminine. What's in the middle? So what's in the middle between who you used to be and who you are now? We have the Nine of Wands, which can be struggle, and the Judgment card. So I feel like you might be struggling to make decisions around your actions. So it's not your thoughts, it's not your emotions, it's not because you don't have enough money. It's because you don't know what to do. You're like, I don't know what to do to get from A to Z. It's like you need a mentor or you need somebody to talk to clear your mind. And you have a lot of major arcana. So I feel like this is heavy on your brain. It's heavy on your soul. Another major arcana. And the Tower came out. And it came out a little bit in reverse. So I feel like you're just done. Like you're at a place where you feel like really, really done with the challenges. Like you're over it. You feel like, all right, I've already learned my lessons. Like I'm tired of relearning the same lessons. Like imagine having to go back to high school every 4 years. You start again at 9th grade. You're like, I already did this. Like, why am I doing this again? So I feel like you're tired of the cycles. You're tired of the same cycles. You could even be on your period or getting your period, or your period's been going for a long time. Like you're just very tired of it. And then we have the Sun card, which came out in reverse. I feel like you want happiness. Like you're like, when is it going to be my turn to be happy? Like you just feel like you're tired of waiting to be happy. And you see other people happy and you feel like, you're a good person. Like, why can't I be happy? Like, am I doing something wrong? Is it me? Another major arcana. You are going through a lot right now. We have the Empress energy. So I feel like you could be pregnant, or you could be trying to get pregnant, or you could be thinking about children, or missing children, missing parents even. I feel like you just don't even have energy to like take a shower. Like you don't have energy to clean your house. Like you just don't have energy right now. Like, did you see how that card just flew out? It's like you want to run away. Like, you just want to get away from your problems, or like certain people, certain situations. Like, it's like you're coming up against a wall that you feel like, you keep facing the same boss, and you're just like exhausted by that. You feel like you don't have any help because all these cards are single cards. There's nobody else in any of these cards, and these are all major arcanas. Yes, the Six of Cups. So I feel like, you're contemplating the past. You're missing when things were simple. You're missing the certainty that you used to have, maybe. You used to know for sure who you were, where you're going. And now you're in a place where you're questioning. You're questioning, did I make the right decision by walking away from the past people, past places, past jobs? Let's see what else we have. Clarifier for the Death card. Clarifier for the Death card. Transformation. So yes, we have the World card, which came out in reverse. So I feel like right now, your world is feeling upside down. Like everything that you used to think was so real, so solid, so dependable. It's just like you feel like it's not dependable and it's not certain, and tomorrow's never promised today. I feel like you're thinking a lot about how time is passing by so much quicker, how it takes so long to get one thing done, how it feels like no matter what you do, there's always more to be done. It's like you never get done with your to-do list. And I feel like it's really draining you, especially that you don't have help. I feel like that is really starting to drain you. I feel like you are being misunderstood right now by the people in your life. I feel an energy of people pushing you, pulling on your energy, instigating you, trying to get a reaction out of you, and you're just not in that space right now. Hold on. I'm gonna drink my coffee. Okay, clarifier for the Judgment card. Clarifier for the Judgment card. Clarifier for the Judgment card. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah. So I feel like you made a decision about something and now you're questioning, is this real? Is it worth it? Is this really the right choice that I made? It could be about a job, a person, place, or thing. It could be a money decision that you made. It looks like it is worth it. It just looks like it might take a little time for you to see the results, because she has like seeds in her hands and now she's watering the seeds. But look how happy she looks. She looks very, very happy. So I feel like with time and nurture, attention, your seeds will grow. And it's just like right now you're anxious about your choice because you don't know the future. And you're trying to figure it out right now, but you have to just wait. And we don't like to wait, right? So we have the Queen of Swords on top of the Nine of Wands. So I feel like, Spirit is asking you to take a breath, take a break. Remember who you are. Remember all the challenges that you've accomplished. Pat yourself on the back. You're a very confident person. You're a very beautiful person. You're a very intelligent person. Anything that comes your way, you will be able to manage it. And not only that, but you have people around that are waiting for you to tell them what to do. They don't have a brain cell to put together. They don't know what to do. Literally, they don't know what to do. And they need you to tell them exactly what to do. When I say exactly what to do, I mean be as detailed and specific as you can be. And don't make it a negotiation. This is not a negotiation. The queen doesn't negotiate. She gives orders. It's you do what I tell you to do or you get out. There's no friggin' negotiations here. So I feel like you're taking no prisoners this year. Like, have no time for it. You're like, if you're not here to help me, if you're not here to support me, like, you can go. Like, there's the door. So, clarifier for the star card. Okay, so we have the 7 of Swords, which kind of came out in reverse. A little bit in reverse. So I feel like, you feel like somebody is playing you like a toy, playing with your emotions, playing you like a Game Boy. And I feel like this person who you feel is playing with you, they're only playing with you because somebody did this to them. But what they have to realize is that person who hurt them was not you. You didn't hurt this person. So you are not going to accept this behavior as if you did something wrong. So I feel like it's very important for you to stand your ground and don't take any responsibility for something that you have not done. And also, when it comes to your self-worth, make sure that you are not downplaying who you really are and what you've been through and what you know and what you understand and what you have to offer. Make sure that everybody knows that it took a lot of days, a lot of tears, a lot of struggle to be this star who you are. And you're not going to let nobody just come in and play you like a fool. Because you already seen it all, done it all, been there, got the degree. Okay. Now we have the Tower clarifier. I feel like there's a lot of energy on the Tower, so it might be more than one card. We'll see. Tower clarifier. I hear like you're gaining a higher perspective on challenges and struggles. You're starting to integrate them as part of life, as you're looking for solutions to your problems. You're not dwelling in your problems, and you're not really sharing your problems with people. You're keeping things like very close to yourself. Another major arcana. We have the Moon card. And for some reason, I feel like there's a lot of fear behind this. I feel like you fear opening up. You fear being seen as weak or not capable. If you open up your emotions, you don't know who to open your emotions to because you don't feel like anyone is responsible with your emotions. You feel like opening up to people in the past has really come back to bite you, where you tell somebody something private and then you get into an argument with that person and then they bring that up. They throw it in your face. They remind you of your soft, gushy, weak points. And the moon can hide things like your subconscious. So I feel like there's things in your subconscious that are bubbling to the surface, that are peeking their ugly heads. And I feel like you're responding in a way that's like, I'm not going to give those things attention. Like, yeah, I see you there. And what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? I feel like right now you're very immovable, like with the Queen of Swords. You're very in your space and you're like, nobody's going to make me act. Nobody's going to force me to make a decision. Nobody is going to rush me. Like, you know, you're very like me time. Like, you need a me time. You're asking for me time. You're talking with spirit. You're talking with your inner child. And you're just like, who am I now that I don't have old attachments? Who am I really though? You know? Okay, and then we have the Sun card. Clarifier for the Sun. Clarifier for the Sun. Wow, okay, we have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands. So I feel like, again, you're just really like ready to relax. You're ready to put your feet up. You're ready to rest. You're like, you know what? If you don't care that much, I don't care either. Like, you are reciprocating the energy of give and take. Like, some people are just taking and you're like, you know what? I got nothing to give you. So if you don't want to settle down and sit the hell down and relax, you want to run the streets, like, go right ahead. Like, I'm not going to argue with you about it. That's how I feel. I feel like your happiness is in your stillness. You're not going to like chase anything. You feel like if it's meant for you, it will happen. Like, you attract things. Like, this cat just wants to sit with you, just wants to be in your energy. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to convince, the people who love you to show you that they love you, to give you affection. You're not here to convince anybody. So I see you really sitting in your energy of like, you are happy by yourself. You bring yourself joy. You know how to replenish your energy when you feel depleted. You know how to do this. And I feel like it's a very attractive energy. It's like people want to know, like, how come this girl never falls? Like, how come she never crumbles? How come we never see her pain? And it's just like, you have grown up. You've matured into a full adult and you recognize that life will have challenges. You're no longer expecting to wake up without challenges. Now you're just solution focused. You're like, I wake up, some things go my way that day and some things do not. And I deal with them as they come. So I feel like your anxiety is very low right now around challenges. You feel like you can take on what spirit gives you. So the Empress energy. Yes. So we have the 10 of Wands, which is a lot of struggle. Like, look at the stairs. Like, she's got all these wands in this bag. And it's about learning to do things in a new way. Because I feel like, she wants to take all these wands up the stairs at one time. And I feel like, she could take 2 trips. She could take 3 trips. Does she really need all of those wands? Is there something in her bag that she could give away? She could donate. She could let go of. She could not buy. She could save money and buy less. Conserve. But to her, she feels like she needs this. Whatever this is, she needs it and she needs it all at once. So I feel like there's like a yearning right now where you're like, I need someone to show up and help me carry this bag. Like, I cannot be without my wands. Like, I need my wands. But I also need help to carry my wands. So it's like, can you go ask a neighbor to help you? Ask a friend to help you? Can you get stronger? Maybe work out, like mentally, physically, emotionally. Like, if this bag means so much to you, you're gonna find a solution, you know? With the Empress, it's like the Empress has integrated these wands, has gone through these challenges. The Empress is like a mentor, a teacher. She can teach you how to manage your challenges. I feel like for you, letting go is not an option. Like, you don't easily forgive. You don't easily let go of something that you care about. You're a soldier. Like, you're a hustler, you're a soldier. But also, I feel like sometimes it can be too much for you. And you don't want to admit that it's too much for you because it's like you've never been given the choice. It's like somebody just dropped this heavy bag on you and you were like, okay, I guess I'm carrying this now. You never even considered, like, maybe I can reject this. Maybe I don't have to keep this. Maybe I'm good without this. What would life be like if I didn't have all of these wands? What if I just gave it up? What if I did? What if I just gave it up? Is my life gonna crumble? Am I gonna starve? Am I gonna die? No, I'm not. But it's like sometimes you can have tunnel vision, And then we have the Six of Cups. Okay, the Six of Cups is clarified by the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups. So I feel like you're starting to realize, like, when you go quiet, when you stop reaching out, nobody is reaching out to you. And you're not even mad about it. You're just accepting it. You're just like, you know what? If these people are good without me in the picture, I'm not going to force myself to be in this picture. I'm getting a sense of feeling left out. Like, you're feeling like nobody's checking on you. Nobody's caring, like, how you are. And I feel like, it might be true, but it might also be a little bit of, like, a victim mentality of, like, why am I the one who's always hurt? Why am I the one that people forget about? Why me? Why don't you love me the way I love you? And it's just like, people are not capable of loving you the way you love. You just love to such a high degree that it basically makes no sense. So you're not going to find anybody who's going to reciprocate your level of love, and you just have to accept it as a gift. So look at what people do give, even if it's not what you give. So let's say you bought somebody a dozen roses for their birthday, and then your birthday came around and they bought you some carnations. You might be thinking, like, wow, carnations? Like, you couldn't have got me some roses too? And it's just like, yeah, you're absolutely right. But some people, they think flowers are flowers. They don't even know, like, they don't even know, like, there's a emotional difference. let alone a monetary difference. So I feel like you're filtering people through your understanding of life. And you're dealing with people who don't understand. I feel like they just don't understand. And you have to just, it's like talking to a child, talking to a baby. Like, you can't talk finance to a baby. They don't understand that. You know what I mean? And you're doing like emotional finance with people and wondering why they don't understand. They can't. They're not capable. But it doesn't mean they don't care about you. It just means their capacity to care about you is just far less. It's so far apart that it feels like none. That's how far apart it is. But I feel like your ability to love so much has something to do with your purpose here. And it's not like you have to write a book or anything. It's like you existing, you living, you carrying that energy. It revitalizes people. And like, you might find that people don't spend a lot of time with you. It's because the time that they spend with you is so potent. Like, they could never spend a lot of time around you. They would drown in your energy, literally. They would like explode. Like, they cannot be around you that much. But it doesn't mean they don't want to be around you at all. It's just like a baby. You can only feed them out the little bottle, the little nipple, a couple drops at a time. These people are children. They are babies, especially in their emotional world. So you can't drown them trying to feed them steak. They can't eat meat. You know what I'm saying? You eating meat over here. You're like, this is light work, baby. So now we have the King of Pentacles. Look at that handsome King of Pentacles. Ooh, looking fine. So I feel like there is somebody in your life who does see you. Doesn't mean they understand you. I don't think this person understands you, but I think they see you. I feel like they are intrigued. They are interested. They come with questions. They come with some quality time. This person values not only the details, but they value time. They value how much time it takes to care for something like you. How much time it takes to grow. Fine wine. You know what I mean? There's a difference when you go to the store and you get the cheap bottle of wine, and then when you go to, a winery or a restaurant and you order a reserve wine. The reserve wine is very special. Some people don't even know what reserve wine is. They don't even know that is a different category altogether. So it's just like, this person sees you as somebody who is easily overlooked because some people don't know what they're looking for. But I feel like this person, they see you. Like, if you could see the way this guy is looking in this card. Let me see if I could get this to focus. Focus. Like, this person is like very, very focused. So I feel like this person sees you. They really do see you. They don't know you, but they see you. And I feel like this person is, I don't want to say transparent, but I don't feel like they have a lot to hide. I feel like what you see is what you get. Like, they're not really playing games at all. They may be a teacher, or work in education or something like that. They are a very consistent person. I feel like this person may be in their job for a long time. They may do the same thing over and over again. Like, they are not bored by consistency. They are not bored by safety. I feel like they're more interested in your thoughts and how you think than how you look. I feel like this person wants to help you. I feel like they see you struggle, but it's like, I don't want to say they're amused by it, but they think it's a little funny that you think you can do it all by yourself. And they have a different mentality of like, you can only go so far by yourself. You can only carry so much by yourself. So I feel like they think it's funny that like you think you can do it by yourself. But you do need help. And I feel like they see that you need help. So let's see what else is going on. Almost. What else do we have? Okay. So, yeah, we have the Four of Cups. Oh. I feel like at times you can be a bit stubborn when it comes to receiving. It's like if something doesn't go your way or happen your way or be your way, you're just like, no, I don't want it. I don't want it. Like, you can be like very, very stubborn. Like, look at this guy, like, not taking this cup because he's like, no, leave me alone. I'm just going to sit under this tree. And this also has to do with like that victim energy of like, you know, why me? Why do people always disappoint me? Why do people hurt me? It's very like me focused. In your emotions. And for once, you're not offering like an abundance of understanding. Usually you're like, oh, I understand. Oh, I really get it. Oh, it's okay. Like, you just fold. And like right now, you're just like, no, I don't feel like being overly understanding today. You know, like, no, I'm good. I don't need what you have. I'm good by myself, you know. But I feel like, is that like true? Is that how you truly feel? Or are you just like being a little immature right now? Maybe playing a little game. You know, would you regret not accepting this cup? Would you regret it later when you're not so upset or not so disappointed? You know, I feel like you don't want to put yourself in a position of weakness. You feel like emotionally depending on somebody else is weak. And that can stop you from having like a reciprocal emotional connection, because you're really good at letting people open up to you. Like if your friends or family are going through something, you're a good friend to listen and you really care. But you don't offer your friends and family the chance to be there for you when you're going through something, because you feel like too vulnerable. Like, this person is going to hurt me. They're going to bring it back up again. Sharing my emotions is not safe. Like, you have all these anxieties around sharing your emotions, which does make sense, because some people are like that. You know, we've all been down that road where you trusted somebody with a secret, and next thing you know, everybody knows your secret. And I'm not saying that you have a secret, but to you, all of your emotions are a secret. How you feel is a fucking secret. And I feel like that's how people around you feel. They feel like, they don't know you. They see that you're a nice person to be around, but they don't feel like they know you in that kind of emotional way. If you say you're going to be there at 7, you're there at 7. So they know you're a dependable person, but they don't know what makes you cry. They don't know what brings you tears of joy. They don't know what you're afraid of. They don't know these things. Okay. And I feel like when it comes to heartbreak, like, you're so strong to, like, move on and then deal with your heartbreak later. Like, you put action before emotions. You'll deal with whatever comes later. But you're just not going to sit there and cry in front of nobody. You're going to be like, you ain't going to get me crying in front of you. So we have the Two of Wands that came out in reverse, but I'll show you the card. So we have the Two of Wands that came out a little bit in reverse. So exactly what I was just saying. I feel like you have a tendency to run away. You might not see it that way because you're used to really holding it down, carrying this bag. But again, emotionally, I feel like you have a way of running away. You find other things to do to distract yourself, even if those things are healthy. For example, if you were to get into an argument with somebody, you wouldn't beg them to stay, you wouldn't cry, you wouldn't do any of that. You would just go on vacation. You would just go see a friend. You would go to the gym. You would go grocery shopping. You would just go and do something instead of, like, crying, I guess. Like, people don't see you as somebody who cries a lot. And I feel like things are going to change. You might not see this yet, but it's like the things that used to work for you, the things you used to do to make yourself distracted, I feel like those things are just not going to cut it this time. Like, you're not going to be able to get away with, like, emotionally dodging your feelings. Like Lil Kim. So I feel like you're not going to be able to emotionally dodge your feelings. And you're going to have to deal with them. You're going to have to focus on them. You're going to have to open up. You're really going to have to open up to get to where you need to be. I feel like this is your last, like, test or whatever. Like, you've conquered so much in your life, but I feel like your emotional world is the one that's left. And like I said, like, you have a lot of emotional capacity. It's just that you don't share it. It's not that you don't have it. It's that you just don't share it. And, like, maybe you never felt safe to share it. So I'm not saying, oh, there's something wrong with you. Now's the perfect time. That's why Spirit is bringing this up now. And what did I just say? We have the Queen of Cups who just came out. The Queen of Cups is somebody who has mastered her emotions. She's not only mastered her emotions in a way that she knows how to hold back, she's mastered her emotions in a way that she knows how to express them in a healthy way. A healthy way of expressing your emotions is writing a letter, if that's to a friend, a family member, a lover. Writing a letter is perfect because it's a one-way conversation. You get to say everything you want to say without being interrupted. When you try to have a conversation with somebody, they start to defend everything that you say. Oh, well, it was because it is. Oh, well, I didn't mean it that way. Da, da, da. So when you write a letter, you're telling this person, whether or not you meant it this way, this is how it affected me. This hurt me. So I feel like, you're coming into a space where you are navigating new ways to express yourself. I don't see you getting angry. I don't see you getting upset. I feel like, you're a big girl. You know how to use your words. And you know how to be hurt without hurting other people. They say hurt people, but you've healed from any kind of low vibrational energy that would resemble hurt people. You're like heal people. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I feel like you're at. You're like healed people, heal people. And I don't know if you're going to get a gift or something soon that is blue or green. This color is just popping out so much in this card. Don't be surprised if you do. Stop it. You stop it right now. The King of Cups just came out. The King of Cups. You know how rare it is to get the King and the Queen of Cups to come out one after the other? One after the other? Wow. Wow. Is all I can say. That is a lot of emotions, okay? That is a lot of mirroring. I told you guys, in this journey, there's a lot of mirroring that's happening. So I feel like this person that you're dealing with, King of Cups, they have come a long way, okay? They have come a long way, whether you know this or not, which they probably did not share with you yet. But they have come a long way. They were raised in a very traditional home. Traditional ideas. Maybe traditional ideas about a man's place, a woman's place, how the household should be run. But with that traditional upbringing, I feel like men are not allowed to be as emotionally expressive. Expressive doesn't mean they don't have emotions. It means they were not given the tools to express that emotion. So I feel like this person is trying to find ways to express how they feel to you. It may not come in words. It may come in other things that this person does for you. They ask you a question, and the question is not really about what it seems like on the surface. They're trying to decode you. They're trying to understand what makes you tick, what excites you, because you are so reserved in your emotions. You are not toxic, basically. You're not toxic. So maybe this person doesn't know how to deal with somebody who's not toxic. Maybe they don't know how to have a hard conversation that doesn't include blame. Maybe this person is used to either blaming or being the one who is blamed. And when there's no blame on the table, it's kind of like, well, whose fault is it? And at this point, it's nobody's fault, is what I feel like. It's just a matter of negotiations. How are we going to move forward is what I feel like. And I also feel like this person sees you as somebody that they can care for, that they want to see this grow for a long time, possibly inevitably. But it's going to take nurturing. It's going to take time, consistency. It's not something that it's going to happen super fast. I feel like the energy is very consistent. And I feel like this person is a little more lighthearted than you. They're very charming. They might be a little bit more playful than you. They might just take things a little bit easier on the surface. And then at the same time, I feel like they are a lot deeper than you. They just don't show that. So you're kind of in the middle where you're like, maybe I don't show my emotions that much, but I really do have deep emotions, but my emotions aren't really that deep. And then this person is like, okay, I like to show my emotions, or like I like to express, but I don't express as much as I feel. So what you see is not really everything that's there, like an iceberg, you know. They show you the tip of the iceberg, but there's so much more there. But they won't show you that. And you're kind of like an iceberg, but you're like a 50-50. You see more, and then there's still some underneath, but there's not a whole lot more underneath. With him, there's a whole lot more underneath, is what I feel like. And I also feel like you guys are going to be walking a lot together. Like you both like to maybe exercise, or you like to go on walks in nature. You guys are the type of people who would walk in the rain, walk in the snow. Like you just enjoy walking. I don't know why that is very important, but you both like to walk. Okay, so I'm going to end it with one more card. One more time. Okay, we have the 5 of Wands that came out in reverse, and it's kind of in the shape of a star. So I feel like that's really good. I feel like action is going to bring happiness. So I feel like you two are in your fields right now, the king and queen, but I feel like there's a lack of action. Like, what are we doing? Not how are we feeling. Okay, we know how we feel. We feel ooey gooey. But what are we doing? And I feel like Spirit is saying right now, there's no wrong moves. There's nothing you could do that's wrong. Everything you do is going to be an experience and a lesson. So you don't have to tiptoe. You don't have to be careful. You don't have to be like, oh, I didn't mean it. It's just like, you know what? Just take the day as it comes. Deal with it as it comes. And you'll be surprised. You know, some things may not go your way, but some things will go your way, but you won't know until you actually do it. So you have to get out of like decision paralysis. And you might even get some suggestions from other people. Some people might say to you, hey, did you think about doing this? Something that you didn't even consider. And Spirit is saying, maybe you should listen to some of those suggestions, you know? Maybe you should. So anyways, that is the reading for Divine Feminine for today. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.